doing great. I've been doing good lately, I think. All in all, what is going on? Oh, my camera. Come on, give me a second. Uh, uh. Oh my goodness. I don't know what is going on, but it decides to change the orientation. What if I hit reset here? Image. More. Uh, why do I get these issues? Like, I fixed the entire thing beforehand, and it decided to do this on me. Mm, come on. There you go. It only took all of this to work. There you go. Well, alright. So last time I worked on this, which I really like the result I got. And let me just check the sound real quick, just to know if you can listen to me. Uh, does it work? Does Yep, it does. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Great to know. I just pause this here, and it should be working here too. Well, feel free to let me know if you can hear me. Also, any messages you send will appear on the screen. So last time I worked on this and I really enjoyed it. Let me see. I wanna show you. Maybe it looks better like that. Does it look better? Well, on my end it does, but maybe it's a thing of the brightness. Well, the brightness. That's a little bit more like what I can see, but still the contrast is a little bit different. Um, anyways, you can see on my short videos, I really enjoy how it turned out, and kind of some of the stuff I've practiced for years for digital painting kind of clicked for me with this. So yeah, it's nice to make something that you enjoy. Save current sketch. I'm going to make a new one. So if you've never used this app, this is a sketchbook app. Um, I didn't know at the time, but apparently it's from Adobe, which I know a lot of us have our own set of grievances with Adobe. They've made some really good products, but lately it seems like they went way more towards the corporate aspect of things. I don't know. Anyways, that's beside the point. If you want to use this app, once you open it, it looks like this. This is your layers. These are your layers. You can make, I don't know if you have a limit with the basic one. Probably you do. I'm not certain. Um, but you also have like this top menu, and this one gives you symmetry. This one is a selecting tool. This is the bucket tool. This one helps you move objects that you painted or created. I think this one's a shape. Yeah, well, it seems like it is like for. Does it? Oh, I'm using white, so probably has to do with it. Here in the lower part, you have this menu that pops up. One thing I would say about this. Let me turn on the light again. One thing I would say about this is that even though I've enjoyed a lot this tablet, the pencil I would really like for it to have the same options that you can do with this one, that you can set it up so it's like right click, left click, or middle click, and left click. It depends on the way you work, but I would really like to be able to do that. I haven't figured out a way to do that with this one, so that's something that maybe allows you, if you set it up, to bring up this menu that you can see right here that allows you to select different colors and I don't know, different options and so on and so forth. By default, I think this thing, it's like in the center, but here you have a menu where you can choose the brush that you're using, and here the color that you're using. So let's see. Going back to its shape, does it do anything? Well, apparently it does. Okay, cool, cool. Uh, you connected? Maybe not. I do have. You cannot see it, but I do have. Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, it's not connected. Anyway, I have a. I bought along this tablet. I bought this, but during the stream I disconnect the Wi-Fi, and yeah, just because. But yeah, I was trying to go Control Z with that. Is circles, lines. That's kind of useful, maybe for some. And what else do you have here? I think you can add images here. You can have different points of perspective to help you with guides and so on and so forth. You have a recording option here that I've filmed a few of my processes. One thing I would say about that one is that it doesn't record just the canvas. It also records the zooming in and out, which is a little bit of a pain to deal with, really, because it I would really like it to be just focused on the canvas rather than anything else. Anyways, here you have obviously the menu for the brushes, and yeah, I think that's about it in terms of the basics. You also have like the options to go to the gallery, to save, import from files, and you have a few other stuff that you can upgrade to premium if you decide to do that. But so far, and I I would prefer this not to be the case. This app has been the best I've found so far to use with the tablet. With that said, you also have Krita that you can download and use for Android. I haven't used it that much, but I painted in the beginning of this new set of streams. I I used it to make a few paintings and test out different things. Anyways, let's get to painting. So I'm going to first off start recording. Important thing, media, just media. Start recording, because if I use in the past, when I use the option from the app, if you by any chance get out of the freaking thing, it decides to stop recording, so you lose the recording, which is horrible. That's not what I want. There you go. All right, there you go. Now I'm going to add a background. I've been kind of working on this set of illustrations as the one that I showed in the beginning, and I've been improving as I go along, and hopefully I can keep that going. What the heck? Oh, of course, the freaking. Let me just. What is going on? Why are you not painting? Why are you not painting, my friend? Hmm. You know what? I throw this in the garbage. Yeah, let's just do that again. Here you go. Full background. And what I was thinking of doing today, I've been thinking about this for a while, is a robot, a mech. Let's see what I can do. Let me turn this on. Come on. There you go. So let's start this, shall we? So I'm gonna go ahead and change this a little bit. I figured that if you modify this, like if you tap on it and go up and down, it changes the luminance of what you're using as a color. So yeah, it's really good for values. It makes it really easy to select different values, which is nice. And let's try to do this then. Just gonna block this opacity, which is really easy. You can just touch here in the corner, and it allows you. It appears with a small lock. And now let's try to go about this. Are you painting? Is there something going on here? Hmm. What is happening? Is this not working? Oh, it's just too small. I see. Okay. Too much. And here you can change the size. So I try to kind of hello. I try to start with kind of a blurry version of what I want to paint, and then I start bringing in the details. Usually, you want to focus on kind of the larger shapes first, like the overall picture, and then you can focus on details. I think that's a good way to go about it. If it makes sense. Um, I haven't tried to do like hard surface stuff with this technique, but it seems like it works. You can always also like do shape selection, which might help you with this stuff. Uh, let's try to. I'm going to add another layer just to make it nice for this time around, and let's lower the size here. Another thing that I mentioned last time is that if you don't zoom in and out, it's easier to just focus on the overall and not focus that much on the details, if it makes sense. Hmm, I don't like that much. Can I? Do I have a new? And I have a triangle shape. I think my dog is dreaming. It's probably dreaming. Nope, that's not what I want. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't, I don't feel like that all the time. Every now and then I feel like, well, I I've gotten some skill after a lot of practice, and the next day I feel like oh, it was all an illusion. I don't know. So yeah, it can be challenging for sure. I mean, that's better if I do it this way. Nope, that's not what I want. confident lines. That's better. And another thing I really like about this is that I can lock this. Hopefully I can, let me just copy it so I don't mess it up. Copy. No, I gotta wait. To do this, I gotta wait. Yeah, let's go here. Let's see. I forgot about this. Pop, pop, pop. Wait, you get over here. And as to this, and there's something going on with the opacity here that I'm not super happy with. No, I don't like that. I think that should be actually like this, following up on what I already made. Okay. Let's go back to this layer and paint away. So yeah, going back to what you were saying, um, imposter syndrome is a huge thing for a lot of artists, and I've had it in my life quite a bit. Can be a pain to deal with. I think I can like I lower that. Hmm. Trying to figure out how it would move. So if you have that, that would connect here, and you would have like another moving part that connects here. If it makes sense. times this brush can be a pain to deal with, and I think it's because I have to keep on changing the features as with heavy pressure. uh, it should be like, yeah, and opacity with light pressure, flow flow with light pressure. Let me put that a little bit higher so I get a little bit more. There you go. So if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing with that, is changing the options on the brush, so at times it flows better. I don't know if it makes sense, but a lot of the times when I think about one of these paintings, I kind of envision it first in my mind, and then I try to bring it onto the real world. So I've been thinking about this for a couple days. Not often do I do that. At times I just try to think on the moment about what I want to paint and how am I going to go about it. And well, you can see on my channel that I made a bunch of drawings. I was trying to commit to draw on the spot, if it makes sense. And yeah, this is the type of stuff I always wanted to do, and I wish if it if AI wasn't around, which it is, and we all have to live with the reality that it's now a thing. Um, I would have really enjoyed. I don't know if it's still a possibility. Working as a concept artist, um, would be nice. It would be really nice. But I think as time progresses, there's gonna be less of this sort of thing because an AI can they they've been taking work from artists and training their stuff on it, so now they can reproduce almost any style if they feel like it. With that said, there's certain things that still machines cannot do, and I guess senior artists still have a gap to fill there. And but I've never gotten the chance to work on that sort of thing. Um, Other than my personal projects or illustration work. So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna exist really in a while. So if I shut up, if I stop talking, it's because I'm trying to think of what goes in what spot and so on and so forth. And this doesn't make much sense really. I was thinking of like moving parts. Also, if you decided to join my stream, consider a follow, subscribing, and all that good stuff. It helps me a bunch and is completely free for you. Also, share with your friends. Maybe they would like to see the stuff I do. That helps a bunch. It really does. This is not centered. See that should be like there and there. But now it's too small. So I want to widen that. Hmm. Still wrong. This is the wrong angle. I think it's easier just to paint the entire thing and then go on top. It's a little bit easier, I think. Let's try with the line. Oh, he's so it should be like to here, really. Is that better? That might be a little bit better. Okay, I just get out of that option. You have to remember to do that because it does kind of stay stuck in whatever you selected before. That's better. With that said, like this kind of stuff, a senior artist can fly through. They already have a clear understanding of where things should connect with each other. Well, at least that's my thought. I haven't talked to one in a while, so I cannot speak for them. But yeah, that's my best guess. I guess I'm a senior in some aspects, but in others, in terms of working in said industry, I think I would be considered a junior by a lot of by a lot of measures. I don't know. I'm actually curious about that. What would be the feedback I would get? I haven't gotten much feedback from more senior artists. At least not in a while, as they said. I think I need to lower that so it's nope, no, no, nope, no, no, nope, nope. I don't like that. That's too much. I need it to be even. Oh, another thing I like about this, and I don't use it as much. I should is this right here. So you can do this. I can do that, and just paint that area. Ah, come on, there you go. So let's go for this. Sort of like a rudimentary mask. I'm guessing that if you use the other, like the premium version, you might be able to actually um, mask stuff, or maybe there's an option. I just don't know it. Did I just? Oh my god. Well, come on. I need the symmetry, and I did this. So let's go for this and this all the way over here. Terrible masking, by the way. Yeah. Oh, so you cannot mask. Hmm. So I cannot combine both? Is that the case? What if I do that? The order of operation is backwards, so I have to. Okay. Alright, so let's see. What? That's not what I wanted, dude. What I wanted was a mask here. Just go about that. Go about that. There you go. And now, hopefully, if Does it do it? Nope. It doesn't recognize it. Hmm. I'm really curious as to why it doesn't. It does some weird stuff. So I guess this is a limitation that this has. Huh. Good to know. Does it have a darken? That would be also really nice. I don't know if it has. And now it's off. And I've been painting over. Come on, man. Help me out here. Just want the symmetry to help me out here. And so I want to lower that. The thing I really like about this, like doing a hard surface design, is that you can definitely play around with the lighting a lot, which is nice. It's always nice. And try to add thickness to the panels and so on and so forth. Nope, that's gigantic. There you go. I know it's not perfect, but I'm kind of enjoying how this looks. Now let's play more with the colors. I want it to be like right on the corner there. And I'm going to see if I can actually. Do I like that? I don't know. That might be too much. But I do want to do this. So I was trying to film that. Me make that larger and maybe make a new layer. When you're testing out light stuff, I I do prefer to like a white is not the right thing. Yeah, nah, not at all. You, in my case, I do prefer this type of thing, and like you might get to white, but it's gonna be just on the center of the thing. How does it look? What do you think? Is it looking good? Decent? I've been at this for a while and hard to. Hmm, give me a second. Oh, this is a white. Let's make a new one. I need to make this softer, so let's go with a larger thing here to add that glow effect to it. And let's see if I can. Yeah, no, does it work? Kinda. I don't know. Feels a little bit tacky, really. I do, I do enjoy it, but I don't know. Let me know uh, how you feel about it. Oh, now that I got to this point, let me duplicate this, duplicate, and just gonna hide that, lock it. I'm actually gonna lock this too. One thing I really like about this that it locks the opacity. So that means that now I can do this. It doesn't do it. Great. Oh, you dummy. I messed it up. I can do this. So it's better with this marker. Let's see. No, 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 no. I need. I wonder, can I make a selection with it? Blending mode, color label. That'd be awesome, but I don't know if you can. Give me a second. Mm, select. Does it do a select? Hmm. Actually, oh, that's that's not bad, but that's not what I wanted. This is more like it. It doesn't work with other stuff. Hmm. It doesn't do anything. I was hoping for something different, but it doesn't really work that way with this. Let me just make a new one. Try this. What? Nope, that's not what I want. Not what I want at all. And let's change this. And there's a way to change the stamp, the type of brush. You can change it. Oh, synthetic paint. I want to use marker. Let's see. That's what I wanted. Or is it? Now I'm regretting it. I don't know if I like that. Do I like that? Let me unselect that. I don't know if I like that. Probably not. It's not working great. Not really. It's like mixing with the. Mm, I wanna mix kind of the graphical with this kind of. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but it makes sense in my mind at least. I wish I had like. Hmm, how can I go about this? It would be great to see if I can freaking do this way. That's frustrating. That's over there. And this. What? Did I lose it? Okay. This has been going on for the whole day. Oh my god. Let's see. There you go. I have to hit here. And here we go. Hmm. Why is it doing that? I wonder. And I think I can change this to a different mode. Let's see. Overlay. Soft light. So overlay makes sense to me. Looks kind of hideous. Mm, I do kind of like that, but mm, I don't know. At times I'm not fully sold on the idea. Come on, do better. Where is it? Here. Bye bye. That was freaking. Already past the hour mark. For sure. Might just go the overlay route. Just turn this off. Turn this on. How's that look? Nope. I do prefer this one. And I do prefer the normal one. Normal. There you go. I wanna maybe erase some of this. this. I'm trying to go Control Z on this thing. I don't know about that. Just erase that. I do like that. Let's go for this and well, I hope if you decided to join my stream, you have enjoyed me painting this sort of thing. And yeah, I try to go live Mondays through Thursdays. Sometimes with more success than others. I do want to try something here because this one has that option. I think I can change here the nib and I can change the shape. And there's one that I saw, like this one, that if I make it like that, mm, I have to play around with it a little bit more. Let's see, pressure. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. Let's try that. Let's see what it creates. No, that's freaking terrible. Why is it still like doing a concentric halo harness? Because what I want is like that, like really graphical. Nope, nope, that's not what I want. Like trying to replicate as if you got painted for whatever reason. Like you got tagged or something. Yeah, I'm not trying to mess with the transparency. Come on. Let me let me go. Okay, so there you go. And there it goes. do something else here. Hopefully I don't mess it up. But way easier said than done. Can I change the? I wonder if nah. It probably is like premium version. Oh, you wanna play around with it more? Well, you gotta figure out for yourself opacity and flow and hardness. There you go. Let's go with that. Let's go with exaggerate that more. More is more at times. Nope. Wrong. Let me turn that off. I'm trying to. No. That's the wrong. Come on. You can do this. Let's make another one. Think that it's giving me an issue, and I wish I could play around with this. If I could mask it, that'd be awesome. I wonder if someone has played around with this and knows a way to mask within this app, that'd be awesome. But it seems like they don't give you options. Probably a thing that they only allow for like premium stuff. I wonder if I can, if there's like a lift brush here, I'll take it. Traditional. It's nothing traditional about what I'm talking about. It would be like bleach. Smudge. The one is smudge. It's not as much. Colorless. What do you mean colorless? What does this one do? No, that's not what I want. What I want is really nice kind of gradient. Let's see, blending normal overlay. That keeps the detail. That's what I was looking for, and maybe works. Maybe it doesn't. I still don't know. Thank you. Appreciate it. I try to do the best I can, as I mentioned. Another really nice thing that you can add to a painting like this is The micro scratches, that those are your friends. Those are definitely your friends. And here's the kicker. I need to let me make that smaller. Too much. That needs to feel like it's behind because it is behind. So you have to make it so that it plays a part. If it makes sense. Uh, Paint that on. How does it look? Mm, could be better. I think so. I'll try to go a little further with this. Again, what am I doing? This is moments where I do want to go in and add a little bit of detail here and there where I feel it needs to have that detail. Nope, I need that. Let's see. Uh, this one. It doesn't paint anything. This is frustrating. Let me make another one. Oh, a bunch of nothing layers. That's it. That's it. But wait. It needs to be above. Now what? Now what's it? Hold up. That's a hold up. Okay. All right. Let's see. Bow, bow. Guessing I can make it so I'm going to need to like that there is too much. I brought it up too much. And this one as well. You just need the detail a little bit. I'm not liking where this is going now. Maybe that might be part of it because this one set to overlay is changing soft light, hard light. This is horrible. Screen. Ugh. Color burn. Multiply. That's not what I wanted. I do want up though. It will erase this though. Or at the very least, that, that, and whatever that is. And that's terrible. Come on. The thing is, I'm sleepy. So if you take anything away from this is get some rest. Your art is gonna thank you. Making dumb mistakes. It's not too bad. I can see all the stuff I would definitely not wanna keep. Hmm. So I'm going to have to erase it. Darn it. Okay. Another thing that usually sets things in reality is something that I hope I can show here. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. What is going on? I'm too sleepy, man. that's not fine. Let's go for this. What? Where is my. It disappeared? My goodness. Bubble with. I do want to go here. Maybe I can use this marker and change it up once. Shape stump. No, it's not it. Texture. Where's the thing? Basic? Oh, here. Standard? No. Synthetic paint, was it? I think it's done. There you go. That's it. So, I want to go with. I wonder where the heck is my option. I closed it and where are you? There you go. My friend, where were you? I needed your assistance. That's what I need, but it needs to be like super too much. That's it. So micro scratches usually things help things make look like they are real. And now that I'm thinking of it, like why would I want to do it with the symmetry on? That's such a dumb thing. As a matter of fact, this is as far as I can take it. Am I too tired? Maybe, my friends. Maybe. I don't know. There's certainly some things I don't really like about this painting. Like that freaking. And this one. I want this to freaking looking messy, and I don't enjoy that much, really. With that said, I do have to finish this off for today. Like, I have to go to sleep. It's been too long. So, if you decided to join my stream, I appreciate you for being here. Thanks for watching. I'll be probably posting this tomorrow on my socials if you want to check out the final result. Um, yeah, I try to go live Mondays through Thursdays. Let me stop this right here. And I have an illustrated deck of cards that you can find on my website. I have a Redbubble shop, and I have some phone backgrounds that you can also find on my website. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me just put this like this. This is as far as I got today. And again, thank you for watching. What the heck is going on here? Let's flip upside down and oh my goodness. The amount of nonsense. It's amazing. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time. Let me find my music.